Hey there, thanks so much for joining. I am so excited to bring this topic to you today. If you have worked with me one-on-one or if I've delivered a workshop to where you work or work with you in a group capacity, you will know that I am somewhat obsessed with this topic, but obsessed in a good way. And I'm excited to share a couple tips with you today about how to gain an influential mindset. So whether it's at work or with our family or friends, we need to have influence so people can walk in our shoes. It doesn't necessarily guarantee that we're going to get our way, but it does guarantee that people will be able to see your point of view, especially understand how important it is to you. So we're not going to get into the nuts and bolts of how to create mass influence. That is something for another day. Where this starts is, and where gaining influence starts, is with having an influential mindset. So whether you're going to have a conversation with a family member or with someone at work or somewhere else, it's very important to start with your mindset. Now, if you're interested in the topics of how to gain influence, I've been a long-time follower and studier of, I'm not sure if if that's actually a word, but you know what I mean. I have been studying Robert Cialdini, who wrote the book Persuasion. He also wrote the book Influence a long time ago. So if you're interested in that, I do have some content on that. I've been studying it for the better part of 2 decades. So that's a conversation for another day. Please do reach out to me if you want to talk about that. Today, though, we are talking about step 1, which is gaining an influential mindset. And a lot of people have the misconception that those who are in positions of influence are just the elite few, or they're very high up in the pecking order, so to speak, or they're just put on this planet to lead and influence, and that's really not the case. As with most things, gaining an influential mindset is a learned skill that we can all learn, and we almost have an obligation to ourselves and also an obligation to our family, our colleagues, people close to us, an obligation to the world. That's really how I look at it. For us to gain an influential mindset and take that first step, because there's things that are important to us that make a difference and that can make the world a better place. So not to sound a little, the only word that comes to mind is kumbaya, but I do think it is so important for us to understand how to have an influential mindset so we can get across the things that are important to us, and also to help influence and lead those important to us, and also make the world a better place, especially in this time where some crazy stuff's going on. So those of us who are out to blaze a trail and make the world a better place, we need to have an influential mindset so we can get the ball rolling, or get it rolling and keep it rolling. So let's cut to the chase. What are we going to talk about today? An influential mindset, where does it start? It starts with you believing in yourself, believing in your ideas, believing in your worth, and believing in your contribution to the world, because it's going to be very difficult for others to be influenced by you if you're not influencing yourself. And I know that might sound a little bit pedestrian or simple or obvious, but a lot of times we go forward and there's something important to us, but we're kind of half in, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and we're going off to try and influence others. So it really, an influential mindset starts with us believing in ourselves, our ideas, our worth, and the value that we're putting forth into the world, either at work, personally, or publicly. So believe in yourself and your ideas and your worth. That's where it starts. Second, what we need to do to gain a more influential mindset is to let go of the outcome. A lot of times we're paralyzed by what the outcome's going to be. So in other words, what other people are going to think, or what the result's going to be. Are they going to jump in with me? Are they going to have buy into my idea? Are they going to think that I'm really smart? Are they going to think that I'm stupid? What's going to happen? What is the outcome going to be? Well, unfortunately, especially, when I work with world-class athletes, a lot of them are spend a majority of their life training for an event. And if they were worried every day about what the outcome would be. Would they qualify for the Olympics? If they did qualify, were they going to win? You know, or for some of the younger kids, so are they going to get into college and play their sport? If they do get in, are they going to be successful there? They don't know. Those are outcomes that they don't know. And if you work with me personally, one thing that I talk about all the time when I work with people one-on-one and in groups is you need to proceed as if success is inevitable. So what that means is let go of the outcome. You have to understand that whatever you're concerned about, it's valid, it's very real, and it's okay, but it needs to move aside so you can proceed with your idea as if it's going to be received very well. In other words, you may have to be an actor and actress because we just don't know. So you have to assume that it's going to be received as you want it to be received and let go of the outcome. So that's two of the points. Now, the last one is to, I'm trying to think of the proper way to say this. We are really comprised of the people that we spend the most time with. So if you're trying to work on yourself and you're trying to gain a more influential mindset, it's very important that you're careful who you spend your time with. So if you want to be more influential, you want to spend time with people that are really going to champion you, your thoughts, and your ideas, and really support you on your quest to have a more influential mindset. So in other words, if there is something important to you, you want to be around someone that is going to cheerlead you on along the way, and if possible, find a mentor that's not only going to cheerlead you, but also give you some points, tips, and tools to have more influence. And that is something that I can provide, but also you might have a friend that can help be at least a cheerleader for you. You don't want to hang around the pessimists, the people that are not happy, and the Debbie Downers. So sometimes we have those people in our family, or sometimes they're kind of unavoidable. So you just want to limit your time, especially if it's a huge priority of yours to gain an influential mindset. So just be careful who you spend your time with and how much time you spend with them. Now, that being said, this has meant a lot to me personally because when I started a couple decades ago, I've always been passionate about mental toughness. Everyone didn't always know what it was. It's not really a traditional field. They didn't know what mental toughness coaching was, and I had to learn how to be influential. I'm still learning. As I said, it's a tool that is constantly being sharpened, but I've been honored and blessed to deliver content at Microsoft, Pixar, Autodesk, Bank of America, and VMware coming up here soon. And so I've also worked with high school, college, world-class athletes that I am so proud of all of them because there's so many young people out there crushing it now and doing a lot of work with women in leadership. But that wasn't always the case. I had to learn to be influential and explain to people what mental toughness is and why it's so transformational. And it was difficult for a very long time. And now I'm being blessed to start to see some of the fruits of my labor, but I'm excited to share some of these tips with you that I've condensed over the last 2 decades so it won't take you as long as it has taken me. Now, last thing I want to let you know, we do have a mental toughness mastery community, and there's going to be more details coming with that. So if you want to hop on board with people that will support you and start surrounding you with a community of people that are mentally tough, that want to support you to be mentally tough as well, I would love to invite you to that as being a subscriber to my weekly content. So more information to come. Thanks so much for spending a few minutes with me. I look forward